In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the U-joints in a 99 to 07 Chevy Silverado 2500 or 3500. Usually, you'll want to start by lifting your truck, but mine sits high enough I can slide under while it's still on the ground. Even so, be certain to block the rear wheels and put on the emergency brake, because once that drive shaft is out, it'll be able to roll even while in park. These drive shafts are balanced by weights, so I like to mark across each section where I'll be replacing a U-joint. That way I can put it back together exactly how it came apart. Put a couple of jack stands underneath your drive shaft. I only used one here, but you'll see later why I should have supported both the front and the back. There's just 4 bolts to remove at the very back of the drive shaft. Once those are out, you just kind of pry it forward to break it loose. Now there's just 2 bolts to remove to get that carrier loose.
Oh, that'll be more faster than I had hoped.
And it's out. Let's take this thing in the shop. You can see how wore out this is, because it's actually the bearings have, those needle bearings have worn grooves into this. And I can also feel it kind of lock up right there and I'm moving it. It's real gritty. I'm starting with my worst one here, which happens to also be probably the easiest, because you only have to press out one side to replace this one. But the procedure is going to be the same for all of your U-joints. Let's go ahead and do this one first. You're going to need to pick up a ball joint U-joint service kit from your local parts store. It should be a rental tool that you can get for free. It's important that when you get this thing set up that you leave space so that you can press that cap down into the hole in this tool. So at this point, I've used the press, and I've got it pressed absolutely as far as it'll go, and it's hitting right here. So I can't push that cap out any farther, and I've tried everything I possibly can to get that cap off. It is completely stuck. Absolutely. You know, I should normally be able to just pull it out. This is how they should normally come out. Yeah, I've used vice grips, I've used heat, I've used a big hammer, I've tried pushing it back and forth to get the other side, try to get the other cap off. It's not coming off any possible way. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut this universal joint right there. You can see it. I'm going to cut it right there. Once I have it cut in half, I should be able to get it out the rest of the way. I think I could probably cut it using a whole bunch of different things, like a torch, or I could use a sawzall. In my case, I'm going to use a cutoff wheel.
Alright, this thing's hanging by a thread, and I can't get my grinder all the way back there to get it, so I was going to see if I could pop it with the pry bar. And there we go. I think that might have just fell out off camera because I knocked my camera away, but I just pried that off. So now, I'm just going to knock these out all the way. Shouldn't be too difficult at all. Let's see, start with this one. There's one out. Now for the other one. There we go. They're out.
It's a good idea to clean up the grooves that the snap rings fit into. A lot of times those rust up pretty good, and you want those snap rings to fit in nice and clean when you're done.
I'm just gonna clean it up inside out with a scouring pad. Give my new caps a nice surface, clean surface to rest in. So you're gonna want to make sure that the Zerk fitting, if your new U-joint has one, faces in toward the drive shaft. That'll make it easier to get to once it's on the vehicle. Alright, now that I got it there, I'm going to install these one at a time. So I've got that one kind of in there where it needs to go. Get the same tool we used to remove it. Fit it on here. And now, for this, I'm not going to use an impact. I'm just going to use a socket to tighten that on, or socket wrench, because we got to make sure it goes in just enough to get the snap ring on. To make sure you see this. So I'm just watching it as it goes in, making sure that it just gets right below that ledge. I think that is good right there. So now I'm just gonna back this off. Let me get out the new snap rings. I like to compare the new snap rings to the old ones. Just make certain that the thicknesses look the same. I think these are. I'm gonna get my needle nose pliers. Let's see if I can install this while filming it at the same time. Just get them down in the groove there. Press it all the way in. Alright, that looks good. If you go too far on this one, this side, it doesn't really matter because you'll press it back against what it needs to press when we do the other side. Okay, now we're going to just flip it over and do the other side. Actually, it's already moving pretty good. Now it should turn real nice and easy like that. While I work on the other side, I just went ahead and took the bag that this came in and put it over it. That'll keep these caps from falling off, and it'll also keep all the dirt off of everything before I install it. To do the other side, it's going to be the exact same process that we used to do that single one. The only difference will be that we have to press out twice as many. I'm going to start by removing the yoke.
I'm not going to go through every step again since it's basically the same exact process, but let me point out one thing about the reinstall.
When I go to install this one, I need to pay close attention to where I marked this. So it'll go like that.
I hope this video helped you out today. If it did, would you mind taking a few seconds to help out my little family by clicking the subscribe button? I appreciate you.